I've been doing a lot of listening on an old electronic device.
What have you been listening to?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time on the internet lately.
Why?
Yeah. Well, I've been
No,
I
I was
doing a
setting
bit
you
of
up
research.
for because the internet.
Oh.
That was a
Ask me
joke.
again?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Why?
Huh?
What?
What?
I said why.
No idea. No idea what you're setting up there.
Okay.
Great.
God fucking damn it.
I've been doing a lot of listening.
I swear to God, the younger I get.
Oh, very good.
Really ham-fisted, actually. You should tell us what you finished now.
I should tell you what I've finished. I have finished doing a pretty complete listening to all of the music created by Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, no relation, always working, no vacation.
Now, this has taken over my life over the past few weeks. And as avid listeners will know, I've been promising doing this full kind of retrospective sort of thing for like over a month now. This all came about when Donald Glover or Childish Gambino's latest album, Bando's Stone in the New World, released. And I was like, great, I want to review this. But this
Well, it started before it released. It started with the trailers and the singles releases.
That is true. But this has been touted as his last album under the name Childish Gambino, which is the end of an era.
He says that every album. He says, I'm stopping music now.
Fair, but this time he means it. He seems to.
All right.
So,
All right.
because of this, I knew that there's a lot of Childish Gambino lore, or like some Childish Gambino lore that I just haven't engaged with. That I really wanted to get a full picture of Childish Gambino before I reviewed this final album. So I thought I'd go back and I went onto the internet.
Once again, we changed the word from review to analyze. And for like 3 solid weeks, you're like, I'm going to review this thing. But it's fine. Carry on.
Okay, I want to analyze this, but I wanted to analyze the rest of it first.
Great. Yeah.
So I found out that there's a stupid amount of music that this man has produced.
So much. I've seen the files on your computer.
To the point where I have had to narrow it down and create rules about what I'm talking about today. So, this whole thing is going to include all of the music that Donald Glover has put out as Childish Gambino that are mixtapes or albums, including some singles, but only if the singles and like albums are not related to like a movie or television project. So Swarm, he made a few songs for his show Swarm, not being included, right? That is not a Childish Gambino project. I want to focus on Childish Gambino.
Is that the only thing that gets excluded, or is there a couple of other soundtracky things?
Well, there's also the 2 songs that were put in his like EP Summer Pack. Were also in his movie Guava Island he did with Rihanna, I think. There was a movie that got put out on Amazon. I haven't seen it, but those are included because he released them separately, and they are also, one of those songs was in 3:15:20 before it became Atavista. So it has some connection, right? And then there are also a bunch of singles that are that just happened, like, I don't know, over the years that are just here and there. Some of them are released on other people's albums. Some of them are released on mixtapes and then on other people's stuff. Those aren't being counted because it's too confusing, and I've dated everything.
Yes. Yeah.
But you might be listening to this thinking, wow, this sounds like a lot. How many pieces of music are there here? What is still included? Because you seem to have narrowed it down somewhat. Reuben, why don't you do me a favor and open up the first envelope? Read out what it says as well.
Donald Glover presents, that's in quotes, part 1.
Great.
It's thick, is all I will say before I open this. Like, this is weighty. All right,
what I wanted to do here is I wanted to make this a bit of a game.
Jesus.
So instead of this being me going through the albums chronologically, we have a bit of fun with it. Is there anything you shouldn't look at? Look at the the sides with the artwork on. Don't look at the other sides.
Great. Okay.
Great. So what have you got?
Not enough space is what I've got. All right. I've got a picture of what looks like a tiny little Donald Glover as a baby on a couch.
Okay, look, you're not going to have time to describe every little thing. Describe what you've got.
Okay.
What was in that envelope?
I have 2 stacks of square photographs that must be the album art of various things he's done.
Do you
Some
notice
of them are
anything
pictures
about
of
them?
him.
Yep.
This one's fucking blank white. I know what that one is. They're in 2 piles.
Yep, great.
There's lots of them.
Do you notice
That's all I got.
anything missing from any of them? You probably don't because you're probably not too familiar with it. Yeah.
Every piece of music of his that I know about.
Great.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, there's a couple down the bottom here that I know about. But,
So-
there's a lot of stuff missing.
I will tell you something about that. There are 28
Jesus Christ.
pieces of
how many of
album art
those
there.
are, How many of these are like albums and how many are singles or EPs? Ish.
None of them are singles. So I've
Oh my
excluded all
God.
of the singles.
Oh, that's
No,
right.
there's one single. There's one single in there.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
I think 2 of them are EPs.
Yep.
Most of them are mixtapes. And then some of them are albums.
Yep. Okay.
If you're familiar with
okay.
Childish Gambino, you're going to be familiar with most of the albums. But there's something else missing from all of those pieces of art that you will find out.
You've taken away the title.
Why don't you open up envelope 2 for me?
Oh no. Oh no. It's an awful Donald Glover Presents Part 2, everybody. Which feels also heavy, but feels like there's thin strips of paper in there. Oh no.
I'm so
Okay,
excited.
I see
I'm
what's
so
happening
excited
here.
for this. all
Oh,
week.
Jesus Christ. Okay. How is this going to work?
What have you got
Well, it's
there?
a fun game for me. It's titles. It's album titles, everybody.
It's album titles. So the way we're going to do this, instead of me going through the discography chronologically, is
Okay.
when you successfully match an artwork with the name,
No wonder you were so keen.
I will give
All right.
you a bit of a rundown of that work.
Okay. All right.
Once again,
okay.
28 titles
okay.
here. So we're
Okay.
going to have to go through
I
some of
can
them
do this.
quickly. There have been, I checked the amount of hours that
Yes.
all of
yes.
this music that you're holding counts up
Yep.
to 20 hours and 52
Mm-hmm.
minutes.
Wow, that's long. That's like 20 days worth of last year when you listen to an album every day.
Yep, and
That's
every
crazy.
album I probably listened to at least twice, and also I listened to all
Oh,
of the
wow.
singles that I've not incled here. And I've still
And also, you
missed
gave
stuff.
me some. You gave me some listening work to do.
I did give you some listening work to do. So that might
Why don't
help
we
if
start-
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, why
Go
don't we
ahead.
start with that one because I know what it is and what it looks like.
Okay, great.
Oh God, I have to find it. Okay. This is gonna be this album here with little Gambino on a couch is called "The Younger I Get."
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I asked you to listen to The Younger I Get is because this is the first album that Donald Glover put out. I'm going
I
to show
wondered.
you my notes right now. Here's my notebook. So you can see this. Here are some of the notes that I have on the topic as a whole. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pages in my notebook are full with notes on all these albums. So let me flip back to the start here. And now
You could have
I could have
asked
what?
for this to be the whole episode if you wanted.
Nah, it's fine. We're going to have to do this.
Quick question.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go. Quick logistical question.
Yep.
Is
Don't
there meant
look
to
at
be
the back
two
of
white
them.
squares?
Yes, there are.
Sorry. Yes. Is there meant to be? Okay, just checking.
Great. Because maybe two
All
of the
right.
albums were white. Maybe one of them had text
Oh,
saying
I
the
know
album
this
name on
one.
it, and the other one
I
didn't.
know this one. All right, tell
So
me
let's-
about The Younger I Get.
What? Gambino's the tightest. Oh, me? Gambino's the tightest. All right, okay. Gambino's the
So The Younger I Get is an album that Donald put out in May 2005 on a CD. This is kind of like a demo tape, I guess, but
I heard him say that.
you heard what? The CD?
I heard him say this is a bad start to the CD.
Yes. Because the
Also, I was
first...
listening backwards, so it was extra confusing.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, because
Weird.
they came out of the zip folder and I just didn't know which was which, whether to go backwards or forwards. So I just guessed, and I started at the end.
Well, the first song is Demand, and it's really jokey, and yeah, it ends with the CD like skipping, which isn't a thing that, you know, CDs, like, I guess if it gets
Yep.
scratched, it fucks up a bit, but it's very funny. This whole album is really jokey. This is something that he seemed to have written while in college at NYU, when he was kind of young, just sort of starting out. And the thing with this album is that he never released this. This is a thing that only a handful of people had who got personally given it, probably while they were, you know, students at NYU. And for years, nobody could find it. People knew about it, but nobody could find it. And then eventually somebody put it out and shared it with people. But
has he talked about it? Has he like disavowed it or referred to it at all ever?
Yes. He has said that it's not really something that he wants out there. So how do you feel about that, having listened to it?
Let's talk about it. Look, I want to talk quickly because there's so much to get to, but I thought that even though it was his early work, the signs of his like genre rebel pushing at the edges artistry was there, but also that it was very much like a high school / college rap album. And I didn't like lots of it, but I thought a few of the tracks were banging.
Okay.
I liked Two Brains.
Two Brains is sick.
Black Kid. And I liked... There was one other one that stood out to me.
Two Brains is like, I don't know, I found it had a very like Eminem, especially Eminem's song Superman, like kind of flow to it, the way that he was rapping. And like, Black Kid was really good.
It reminded me of Bo Burnham's Left Brain, Right Brain.
Yes, yeah. But this was like less, analytical versus creative, emotional, and more, I don't know.
Analytical versus horny.
Yeah, analytical versus, like the two brains are his upstairs brain and his downstairs brain. Yeah. Okay. Okay. A Runaway I thought was really good. He says I'm good at storytelling on that. Clearly that's shown throughout the rest of his works. And it has a lot of like confessions that, I don't know, there's a bit of a focus on confessions on this album, where in A Runaway he talks about pissing on kids' lunch or their lunch boxes when he was in like kindergarten, and I don't know, making jokes when his uncle died because that was the way he sort of coped with it, as well as like girls and his experiences, you know, liking people, and just like confessions of things that he did that he maybe thought weren't appropriate. Also the song Tango, the chorus is the chorus from the song Kids from his Camp album. So that's interesting. And that was something that I was looking out for while going through this whole discography, which was what are the connecting threads? What is reused? Is there an overarching storyline? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. We'll have to see. Review this album, pretty all right. I thought it was okay. What next one do you have for me? Match two up.
One that I'm pretty confident on.
Okay, let me see.
A Charlie Brown Christmas EP.
Yeah. Now the album cover for this. Look, it's Charlie Brown
and Linus in the snow.
So this came out 18th of December 2006. Now this is an album that is technically not Donald Glover, technically not Childish Gambino, but I had to include it, and it's a large part of his early discography. This is under the moniker of MC DJ. Now MC DJ is basically the DJ name that Donald Glover went with for a lot of his early mixtapes, where he's mostly just mixing music, mostly just creating like DJ sets or fun stuff for him and his friends to listen to. And this, as it sort of says in the title, is a Christmas album. Donald grew up a Jehovah's Witness, which is interesting. And he's talked about how like Christmas has been a very lonely time for him and a period in which he feels not great. So actually releasing albums on Christmas was a very important thing to him. Because the internet, there was pushback from the record label to not release in December, but he really wanted to. It was very important to him. So because of that reason. So doing a Christmas EP growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, it's like, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but he also grew up in a lot of cartoons. So that's, I guess, where the Charlie Brown comes in. But this album, this EP has a song called Greensleeves, and it goes so hard. Like it's so good. It's like a jazzy Christmas version of like Greensleeves.
Wow.
What more could you want?
Damn.
It's sick.
Damn. Is there any does he contribute any lyrics on these early mixtape ones? Or is it just mixing?
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Here's Here's another MC DJ one. I'm going to guess
Yep.
50-50
Yep.
that this album art
Yeah.
goes with MC DJ is a very funny DJ.
You're wrong. Put it back down. Put it back down. You're wrong. Now that album art does say MC DJ on it. The thing is,
well, I know what I...
if I removed text that was in front of that, if I removed that, it would be blank, and we couldn't have a blank album
grey
cover.
square.
No, we couldn't have a grey square.
All right. Well, let's go
Next
to
guess,
something that I
let's go.
do know, which is Awaken My Love.
Awaken My Love. Okay, flipping right to the end. Let's see.
Jump right to the other end.
This is one that I just listened to today because I've been really cramming for this. Awaken My Love was released on the 2nd of December, 2016. Now this one, it's kind of like I was doing a lot of work to try and attach this to camp and because the internet, which are Donald Glover's, first and sophomore album, respectively. So this third one was interesting. This is very much a funk album, which is very different to what he's released in the past because a lot of his stuff has been, hip-hoppy. He's deviated from that, and that has been a point of differentiation for him compared to other hip-hop artists. He comments a lot about how, he's not like Hove, he's not like Jay-Z, and he's okay with that. He's not trying to be, and that's one of the things that he really wants to get across. But this is like flipping in a completely other direction. This is a fully funk album. Starts off with Me and Your Mama. At this point, earlier in this year, he had a child as well. So a lot of this seems to be pointing, delivered to his child or delivered based, on kind of the nervousness of becoming a parent. Like Me and Your Mama, Me and Your Mama is one of the best songs. It's the opening song. You've probably heard it, but it's this crazy, it starts off real slow and then it goes, brow, 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 but the instrumentation is just crazy. And it really is like, no, you're not getting a rap album here. You're getting a funk album.
Yeah.
Also, he has great vocal gravel, which really shows in this song. But we also have, famously, the most famous song on this is Redbone. Redbone was kind of created out of spite. Somebody told Donald Glover, I don't think you can make like a general hit. Like, I don't think you can make a hit. And he was like, bet, I'm going to make a hit. And I'm also going to not have a music video for it. Like I'm that good. I can make that good of music. I don't need to make a music video to promote it. Just the music alone will do it. And it won't be in the style that I've already done in. And he did that. Redbone, was number one. It was phenomenal. And it seems like a lot of his work is kind of fueled by spite, as you see in his early rap lyrics, where he's like, no, fuck you, I can do this. I'm the best at this, blah, blah, blah. This album also has some other really notable stuff like Boogeyman, which when listening to the lyrics today, it sort of shed new light on it, where Boogeyman, there's the lyric, with the gun in your hand, I'm the boogeyman. So this is kind of like about how black music artists are at the forefront of altering racist narratives around like black people who are perceived as thugs. How like he is the boogeyman, but in terms of like boogieing as in music, he is the one who is scaring off those, or he's put in the position, or not just him, but black musical artists are the ones who really, for the most part, change the narrative around black people, which is not a good thing, but they kind of are. If that makes sense. Zombies is also great. It's all about like an amorphous blob of audience eating people, meaning like eating the creatives, and it's kind of the industry as well, how they're just like, I don't know, they don't really care about you. They quote, they don't know what happened, but they just sort of there to eat you for profit, for the profit of, I don't know, the world, like that, the music industry, the profit of the man. Also uses auto-tune on this to like emphasize that dehumanization. And California is great as well. California is one that I love. I think it has a connection to World Star because it's about a girl who moves to Hollywood and Vine. which I can talk about a bit later. I don't know. This is a great album. Most people who listen to Childish Gambino who don't listen to Childish Gambino like this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyways.
we gotta move this thing along.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna go with another guess. This, I'm trying not to look at the back. This one here, my guess is Kawaii.
It's not Kawaii.
Shit.
You're wrong.
All right. Okay. All right. Time to go with another one that I'm happy with, that I'm confident on then. Well, let's fucking fine. We'll do This Is America. Everyone, we're doing This Is America.
This is America. Don't get you slipping now.
Great. So This Is America is the one single that I included here. Because of its sort of importance and how it isn't tied to anything else, but it really is very important. What did you think of This Is America when you first saw it? Because it comes with a music video, like it released. Also, 6th of May 2018, for those.
I remember being struck by the music video. I re-listened to this recently because it was a single that he had released that I had an existing knowledge of. I think that, honestly, this, like, obviously Childish Gambino works across a lot of mediums, like film, TV, acting, lots of singing and music producing. So, and I think this is one where actually the music video is more than the sum of the parts. And I don't think that the song quite stands on its own. I mean, of course it does, but it's not nearly as effective for me when I listen to it by itself.
Okay, interesting. Did you know this song started out as a Drake diss? Rat beef is back, baby.
Haha, it's the return of rat beef. No, I had no idea. But also I think most things do.
But I'm pretty sure, like 90% of music starts out with a music artist being like, fuck Drake. Anyways, here's this other stuff I have to say. And they're like, look, maybe I should take out the Drake stuff. That seems irrelevant at this point. I don't know. Like, what's to be said about This Is America that hasn't been said a billion times before? Like, go on YouTube, look at, like, within that week, so many video essays came out. I don't know. It's about, partying in America, like partying and money in being shown while America's like burning. Like it's pretty on the nose. I guess something that, I don't know, when I was re-listening again today was that, and watching is that I guess I just never noticed that literally when he's not dancing, the thing that he's doing is killing. So once again, it's tying to that narrative of Black American. It's like, oh, you're either dancing or killing. Like those are the things that we as a America as a large part views you as the binary. Anyways, This Is America. What's the next one? What have you got paired up for me? I can't wait. This is great.
Time for another guess.
Isn't
this fun? This album art here that I'm looking at?
Yep.
With, I think
describe the album. Describe the album.
Oh, sure. Well. It's a monochrome picture of a crazy party happening. There's an explosion. It looks like a fair or a festival. Lots going on, like a Where's Wally painting.
Yeah, great description.
I'm guessing that this is the New Year's Eve extravaganza mix.
You're wrong.
Fuck. Shit.
This is gonna get easier as it goes. We're starting in the deep end.
Well, you say that. I know that, like, obviously the fewer options there are, the easier it gets, but also I don't want to burn through the obvious ones too quickly. Anyway, Speaking of that, I reckon that this album art that is a bottle on a beach is love letter in an unbreakable bottle.
Yeah, you've got it. Nice, good job.
Yes.
So this is one of the earlier ones. Love letter in an unbreakable bottle. This came out the 16th of March 2007. This is under the MC DJ moniker, so this is mostly a DJ mixtape. However, this is actually one that you listened to a bit of, that you said, quote, is loose. You said a lot of the songs were loose.
This one was loose as. The songs are so loose, dude.
The one of my favorite songs on this that you don't really like is "Girls Look Better," and this actually does have Donald not rapping but like singing a lot of it, or has sampled himself for it with the line "Girls look better in a real tight sweater." This song like just makes me want to like wear a real tight sweater. Like, I don't know, it's just catchy. It has coffee and scones, which is like we called music for an urban cafe. It's very that vibe. Yeah, I don't know. It's a solid mixtape. Street Carnival has a very subtle like Billie Jean sample, and Tonight, one of the later songs on the album or on the mixtape, has an off the wall sample as well. So multiple Michael Jackson, inserts here. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. It's loose apparently, but it's solid.
It's freaking loose. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like a what are those things called? You hit them and they're hard, and then the goopy?
Cornflower and water?
Yeah, what are those called?
It was that or a pinata. They're called a cornflower and water mix.
Yeah, no, this is one of those classic loose and hard cornflower and water mixes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. All right, I'm having another crack at this one that I tried before, which is like the red figure swimming in the water.
Yep.
Is that Summer Pack?
On a day like this, Becky, I feel like summer.
That's Summer Pack, baby. You got this.
Fucking A!
Nice. So, Summer Pack released on 11th of July 2018, released after This Is America. Now, this one was the one that sort of connected to the movie Guava Island, with the songs being in that. Apparently, you wrote this on shrooms. This one has big Kawaii vibes, which I get why you linked it to Kawaii, because it's really quite similar in the, I don't know, beachy vibes of it. Feels like so it has Summertime Magic and Feels Like Summer, the two songs on it. Feels Like Summer is the one that with more substance. It's really about like summer is sort of used as a term for like, it's like a metaphor for things heating up in terms of climate, in terms of like capitalistic pressure, in terms of civil unrest. There's a lyric, the line, it's about to go down. There's also a line, men who made machines, which are like consumers that want what they decide. So it's like men who made machines that want what they decide. You might be thinking, oh, like technology, AI or something. No, like the machines are the people who are just like consuming whatever the big corps decide. So that's the summer pack. We're doing summer, everyone. Will he do other seasons? Probably not. What else have you got for me?
Probably not.
Well, I mean, since it's done.
Well, I now know that this one with the grey square that says MC DJ must be MC DJ presents Fuck Yourselves.
Yeah, no, that's not correct.
Oh, for goodness sake, the one with his name written on it isn't...
There are a lot of MC DJ ones. I knew that would throw you. That's why I kept that
clearly.
text. Yep.
Yeah, that threw me. All right, well, I am craving a return to safety, and so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the one that has 3 apples and a person on it is Applesauce Fiona Apple Remix Album.
It is.
Yes.
So this is pretty early on. This released on the 6th of November 2005. So same year as The Young Great Get. He took a bit of a hiatus from the Childish Gambino moniker for a while and just focused on DJ stuff. And this one is Fiona Apple. Like, I don't know if you know much of Fiona Apple's music, but it's like...
Not well,
but it's very indie. And these are one of the things that really made Donald stand out at the start, which was, his interest in mixing indie music. He was kind of a bit of an alternative kid studying at NYU. So this is pretty good. Like, if you like Fiona Apple, give it a listen. All I need could be... That song could be like an indie like video game soundtrack. I feel it gives that kind of vibes. But yeah, I don't know, if you like Fiona Apple and you want a new perspective on it, listen to that. But I think it's just more interesting the fact that he did this remix album. What else?
What was that? So that
You're
was
on a roll.
2005,
You're on a
so
roll right now. You're on a roll of one.
Yeah, I am. A roll. I'm gonna go, wild guess again. This purple splat on a black background. Utterances of the Heart.
You're wrong.
Damn it. All right, you know what it means after I get one wrong, I crave a return to safety.
Okay, great. I see you're taking
just
notes
keeping
there.
track of what I got right and wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be strategic.
Just for a count at the end could be fun. Also that, I don't want to repeat one that I've already got wrong. Blank white square?
Yep.
It's Atavista, baby.
Check the back of that blank white square because we've got 2 of them. Does that say Atavista?
Are you telling me I have to correctly guess
They're
which one's
slightly
which?
different. They're slightly different.
Fuck's sake. This one does say Atavista.
Great, you got it
they're
right.
Slightly different?
Yeah, they're slightly
Bullshit,
different.
they're the same.
Atavista has a slight...
Well, I'll take a win.
Like a slight vignette around the edges, very slight. So Atavista released
Jesus Christ.
13th of May 2024. This is a re-release of 3:15:20, but with some, upgrades here and there. I did a review of Atavista on this podcast, episodes back.
Yeah.
So if you really want to know my thoughts on it, go back to that. But I have a couple of new thoughts, which is, look, does it sound better overall? Yes. Was it necessary? I don't know. Do I think that this is Donald Glover, similar to Redbone, made it put out of spite? Maybe. I think 3:15:20, which I'll get into later. Now I'll get into it later, but I think Atavista was like him realizing, oh fuck, maybe I can't just release something with no information and no fanfare whatsoever. But yeah,
He reached the peak of his like artistic purity and then went, all right.
I think the
Now
peak
let's
was a
make a bit of
little
money, boys.
earlier than Awaken My Love, but we'll find out what that is hopefully soon. What have you got next for
I'm
me?
going to go with, so there's two art that are quite similar here. I'm going with this one.
Okay.
That looks like a sunset on a beach to me.
Yep.
So this is yellow at the, actually I don't know which one's yellow at the bottom. Actually, maybe they both face the same way.
Yellow at the
Wait.
bottom sounds right.
Oh, maybe maybe the sun's flipped. I had assumed the colors were flipped. Anyway, I'm guessing that this one is I Am Just a Rapper.
You're wrong.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. So that one must be that one, and that one must be that one. And then I'm going to go with this one, which I should know because I've seen it many times.
Yeah.
Is that because the internet?
Realize because the internet mistakes are forever. But if we fuck up on this journey, at least we're together.
That is because the internet. This one has...
Excellent.
Yeah. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's face. He's wearing a bit of a Hawaiian shirt. We got some red and orange. This one took up so much of my time, and this one was the one that I was most kind of looking forward to delving into because this one was maybe his most ambitious project ever, I would say. Because the internet, it released on the 10th of December 2013, and this, not only did it have its own release, but it also came with a screenplay as well, and had a massive like tour tied to it, which all enveloped this narrative of the boy. So this is kind of like a sub moniker that he went under, under Childish Gambino. During this period of time, all of the interviews he did, everything, all of the press promo, he was in character as the boy, but also like as Childish Gambino. And this album kind of follows on from Camp. Now, this is the first time that I'd actually engaged with the screenplay, and the screenplay is like a 74-page screenplay that follows this character of the boy who is basically like an alternate version of Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. At the end of Camp, what happens is it's a boy, he gets off the bus, and he gets picked up by his parent or someone after camp. In this screenplay, we find out that the person that picks him up is like a chauffeur, and he is driven to this mansion that he lives at where his dad is absent but still around and seems to have a lot of money. And in the screenplay, it flashes forwards to years and years later where his house is like, I don't know, filled with these random people. Maybe they're friends, maybe they're not. He seems to be partying all the time. He doesn't really have a job. Apparently his job, he explains it at one point, is just like tweeting. Like that's what he does. He just goes online, find things that are funny and retweets them. And so this also came with a short film called Clapping for the Wrong Reasons as well. There is so much to go into because the internet.
Jesus.
It broke me. So last night I was planning on listening to multiple albums, but I sat down, I listened to this, and I read the screenplay because at each point in the screenplay like corresponds with a song on the album. One of the songs is a secret track 9.5. It says in the screenplay, play track 9.5 now, secret track. Don't continue reading until you've listened to it. The secret track wasn't revealed or wasn't found out by the fans until like over a year later, after the album Kauai came out, where it has an alternate beach version of 3005. And when you went into the files, like the HTML of the screenplay, like online file, and you changed a keyword for track 9 to, instead of being a code, say lemon grab, because it right before play this, it has a reference to Adventure Time and the character Lemon Grab. If you put that in, then the website like becomes the MP3 file for the secret track, which when you layer on top of the Kawaii track, it becomes an alternate version of 3005.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Crazy shit. But this is...
That sounds like a man who would promise to release a movie and then it doesn't exist.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Or does?
Clapping for the Wrong Reasons came out. It came out with a screenplay. Also, every song has its own like visualizer, which I realized after listening to the album and reading through the screenplay, which are just like the scenes. So I'm like, does this film... They clearly like made a very short version of this film, which is... Kind of like if you're in a DVD menu of, if you remember DVD menus and you're going through the chapters and it shows you like, and it shows you like a small clip of the start of that scene. It's like that. And it's really well shot and detailed. So it has all of that. But man, this is crazy. It feels like an episode of Atlanta. Truly. I wasn't listening to the music as much because I already love the album. It's probably my favorite album of his, so the screenplay was the biggest thing for me, and it added so much depth and really gives you an insight into how he was feeling at the time. He seemed to have a bit of a, I don't know, breakdown isn't the right word, but he wasn't doing too well around the period of 2013. And I think this really shows that while you have the character of Childish Gambino or the character of the boy or the character of even Earn in Atlanta, that all of them are him in a way. And then it's less like alternate versions and more just like write what you know? All of these are narratives that he's sort of experienced or seen around him. So in this whole thing of like, how does this all connect? What is the through line? How do these timelines work? Well, they're direct connections like the end of camp and the start of Because the Internet. It all sort of connects because it's all just him. Yeah.
Experiential. Yeah. It's autobiographical a little bit.
But it has wild bits in it, like the guy from What Does the Fox Say shows up in the screenplay. There's this whole thing about... the whole thing is like a loop and it's really kind of nihilistic. But there's this one thing that prevails throughout it, where there's this tweet that he likes at the start or retweets at the start of this narrative that is called Roscoe's Wetsuit. And one of the funny things that he does when he's finding tweets to retweet is just like find something like subversive or whatever and just share it. And he finds Roscoe's Wetsuit and he looks up what is Roscoe's Wetsuit, and the answer is like Roscoe's Wetsuit. Like there isn't really it isn't really a thing. He's just whatever. And so he retweets it, and then throughout the story, it keeps showing up. Like it's spray painted somewhere. Someone's like writing it on a wall, and he freaks out at one point. He's like, fucking explain it to me. I don't know what this means. And he doesn't find out. And in my head, I'm like, it only became a thing because he is a person of internet fame who shared it. And the reason why everyone else is talking about it is him, but he's trying to find a reasoning, but he is the reason.
It doesn't have any. It
doesn't have any meaning. Yeah. All right. I could go on about Because the Internet forever. Right. Let's speed through.
There's 19 of these motherfuckers.
Let's fucking go.
All right. This one here, I'm having another crack. I reckon it's I'm Just a Rapper 2.
No, you're wrong.
Fuck. Those two don't match up. Oh my god. Okay. All right.
But there are some things that
guessing then.
Looking for patterns is good.
Yeah, fucking, yeah. This one looks like a waistline with two stickers stuck on it. I'm guessing that's cul-de-sac.
You're wrong.
Yeah, okay, whatever. You're wrong, actually. Did you think about that? I bet you didn't. I'm guessing that this one with him holding a magnifying glass goes with Mystery Team EP.
I'm so official, all I need is a whistle. I'm so official, all I need is a whistle.
Yes, you've got it.
Yes.
Great. So Mystery Team EP, that one came out on the 28th of August, 2009. This one might come under Donald Glover and not Childish Gambino and not MC DJ, because this is a few songs that he wrote for the movie Mystery Team, which was made by Derek Comedy, which is a sort of like internet sketch comedy group around the time. They made a movie. I've watched it. It was fine, I think. I watched it like 8 years ago. And these are a couple of songs from that. There's 3 on the EP. My favorite is I'm So Official, because it has a line, I'm so official, all I need is a whistle. And that just gets stuck in my head.
Nice.
He also stole that line from Drake and Lil Wayne. So, which he acknowledges on the song. It's like, I just took this line. But it's very funny, very comedic.
I liked it.
What else have you got for me?
I took it. I got Monochrome New Year's Eve Party Vibe. Mm-hmm. Is that The Works Remixes Volume 1?
No.
Shoot. Okay. I thought maybe because it had everything in it, it was The Works.
It was The Works.
All right, I'm going to have another guess at I Am Just a Rapper.
Okay, yeah.
I reckon it's maybe this blank black fucking square.
No.
Shit. Okay. Okay. This one here, where he's looking young and sad and he's got a thought bubble with symbols in it.
Yep.
Is that Sick Boy?
That's not Sick Boy.
Fuck me! Oh, I dropped something. Okay.
The next one you get.
This one here.
Because this is going on a while. Let's make this a part 1
yeah.
and we'll do a part 2 later. But the next one you get, we'll talk about that and then we'll move on. But I'm really hoping you get a fun one and not one of the ones that I don't care about.
I really want it to be a 2-1. I hope that it's one of 2 parts so that we really cliffhanger it.
Yeah.
This one here with a little blank square with a little face on it, with the little flat face mouth emoji. Is that hang on, I had a guess for this. Is that I Am Just a Rapper Part 2?
No. It's really funny how close you get with some of these.
Well, yeah, inevitably. All right, you want to talk about 3:15:20 to wrap this one up then?
Nah, I want you to brute force something.
All right.
Pick one and then
Well, I
run
won't
through
guess
all
that
the
one then.
names.
Oh, fuck, maybe I will. All right, we're going back to Ned Kelly.
Okay, Ned Kelly?
Is that royalty?
No.
Shoot. Is that MC DJ is a very
No.
funny DJ? Shoot.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten
Is
that
that
one
New
yet.
Year's Eve extravaganza mix?
No. Those looks like some pretty funky people on that cover art. They look pretty, I don't know, aggravatable. They might be like, they look like they'll be leaning against the wall when people walk past it, scream obscenities at them.
MC DJ presents Fuck Yourself?
Yeah.
To maintain, ain't it? Because I am so much better. My swag is so
Jesus Christ. That one cost me a lot.
This one came out on the 30th of June, 2009. Once again, another MC DJ project. But this one has like quite a bit of rapping. Like this has quite a bit of Donald Glover under the Childish Gambino moniker. He kind of switches between Childish Gambino. Or there's a song on this called Mr. Gambino, in parentheses, The Rocker. This is great. That's a very good one. In that song, he even says, it's time for me to mature. I'd say he probably matures on every album, but sure. Like this was, I guess, a pivoting point for a bit more maturity. On the song Rockstar, he says, I do this shit for fun on my off time and I'm better than half of you, which is like...
Damn.
Yeah.
Is this before... Wait, I got confused with my... Is this before the one where he said music was my side bitch? Check.
This is, before. Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
And then there's also, there's a DC, the guy who spoke on the... Oh, wait, no. Was that JD or was it DC? Sorry, there's so many, like, people with fucking acronym names.
American vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance was on one of these mixtapes?
Yeah, JD Vance was on this one, and he said, I'm Google if Google raps, not search. I think that's funny as hell. I'm Google if Google did
I'm
raps,
Google.
not search. Doesn't make much sense, but I appreciate it.
No,
DC.
but it's good.
This also has one of my favorite songs that Donald has produced, but it's for a completely biased reason. And that song is called So Much Better. And that's because the whole beat is just a sampled chunk of the chorus from So Much Better from the musical Legally Blonde. It's so good.
okay. Yeah, you've talked to me about this one before. You're just biased.
I'm completely biased in that. I'm completely biased. Yeah, it has some good ones. It has a freestyle where he at the end he like mentions Patty Mayonnaise, who's a cartoon character, really emphasizing his love for like childhood cartoons. He even says, I'm never going to turn down a reference to Nicktoons. He's a geeky guy. And we see that through his earlier works. And also there is one for the song Drop. He has a similar line that he reuses later, I think in either the EP or Camp, where he says, calling me the prostitute because fuck you, pay me. I think that's fun. I think it's goofy. Also, one last thing. This one just has a bunch of lightsaber sound effects throughout it.
Nice.
because lightsabers are like, I think he even has a whole song on this one, which is just sort of explaining the lingo. The song might even be called Lingo, where it's explaining the lingo of the time in his sort of, I don't know, sphere in his community. And lightsabers like bright colored neon things that you wear. So it might be a hoodie or it might be like shorts or shoes. They're all lightsabers. Yeah. So the more you know, the more you know.
The more you know.
How are you feeling? Do you feel like you know more now? Or you feel lost in the sauce?
I feel lost. I think because none of them have a year on them, and you tell me when they are, but then that information disappears out of my brain because I'm currently looking at 15 images and 16 pieces of paper, plus that's without the ones that I've got right already. So I'm like, I'm lost in the storm, but I trust my morning star, my even star, my sunlight. I trust you to guide me through the eye of the storm.
I'll guide you.
I don't know why people say that, because the eye of the storm's the calm bit. I trust you to guide me through all the stormy bits of the storm and out into the light once more.
Hey, I can work 2 jobs. I can work as a Mac teacher and a storm coordinator. I can do it. I have the capabilities. All right, let's leave it there and let's bring it back next week for a part 2 on Donald Glover Presents the history of Childish Gambino, MC DJ, and all the rest of the fucking monikers this man has.